Echoes from the deep. The legend of Lost Lake was something every local knew about, yet few dared to discuss. Growing up, I'd heard hushed tales of a submerged town beneath its waters and ghostly apparitions seen on its shores. My logical adult mind dismissed these as mere campfire tales, but that all changed during one summer vacation. My family's cabin overlooked Lost Lake, and as children, my sister Ellie and I spent countless hours on its shores, daring each other to wade into its eerily dark waters. As we grew older, life took us to different cities, but we always promised we'd return. In the summer of my 30th year, after a decade of absence, we did. On the first night, as the sun cast long shadows over the water, Ellie proposed a boat trip to the center of the lake. With the legends long forgotten, I readily agreed. We set out in a rickety old rowboat, the calm waters mirroring the starry skies above. But as we neared the lake's center, a thick mist began to envelop us. The once calm water became restless, and a chilling breeze sent shivers down my spine. From the mist, a faint light emerged, growing brighter and more distinct. It was the lamplight of old-fashioned lanterns emanating from below. The waters around us began to ripple, and slowly, structures started to rise. Ancient houses, a church steeple, the town square, all emerging from the water, pristine and untouched by time. We were in the heart of the submerged town, now eerily above water. Stunned, we docked the boat on what seemed to be the main street. As we stepped onto solid ground, the mist around us began to resonate with hushed voices, laughter, and distant music. It was as if the town was alive, replaying its final moments. Drawn by a soft lullaby, Ellie and I found ourselves outside a grand house. Inside, through the window, we could see a woman, her back to us, singing to a child. The scene was serene, yet the palpable sadness in her voice tugged at our hearts. Suddenly she turned, locking eyes with me. Her gaze was hollow, filled with endless sorrow. With a gesture, she beckoned us inside. The inside of the house was a paradox, a moment frozen in time, yet pulsating with life. The woman introduced herself as Clara and shared her tale. Lost Lake Town in its prime was a close-knit community, but it hid a dark secret. The town's elders, in their lust for power, had struck a deal with entities from the lake's depths. Every year a child would be sacrificed to the lake to ensure the town's prosperity. Clara's child was chosen that fateful year. Unable to bear the thought, she tried to flee but was caught. In her struggle, the sacred relic used for the ritual was shattered, invoking the wrath of the entities. As punishment, they submerged the entire town, trapping its souls in an endless loop of their final day. As she finished her tale, a haunting melody filled the air. The town was preparing for the ritual. "Help us," Clara implored. "Find the shattered relic and restore it. Only then can our souls be freed." Guided by Clara's memories, we searched the town, narrowly avoiding its spectral residents, locked in their tragic dance. Hours felt like minutes, but finally, in the town's chapel, we found the pieces of the relic, a beautifully crafted locket. As we pieced it together, the chapel's doors burst open, revealing the town's enraged elders. Their spectral forms, distorted by anger and time, advanced on us. The entire town converged on the chapel, their cries echoing our doom. With trembling hands, Ellie managed to fit the last piece of the locket. Holding it aloft, she sang Clara's lullaby. The locket emitted a blinding light, dispelling the darkness. The ghostly apparitions began to dissolve into the light, their faces transforming from anger to gratitude. As dawn broke, the town began its descent back into the lake's depths. Clara, holding her child, stood at the house's doorway. With tears in her eyes, she mouthed a silent, "Thank you," before disappearing beneath the waves. The mist lifted, and Ellie and I found ourselves back in the rowboat, the sun glistening off the calm waters of Lost Lake. We returned to the cabin, our minds grappling with the night's events. The once forgotten legends now held a personal, chilling truth. We decided to leave, but not before placing a marker near the lake, a tribute to the lost souls of the submerged town. Years have passed since that night, but every time I come across a serene body of water, I'm reminded of Clara's lullaby, the echoes from the deep, and the souls that once were.